Welcome to the Ravenscall podcast. My name is Stefan and I'm your host. You can find all my work on Instagram. My handle is ravenscall_BE. That is Ravenscall, one word, _BE. And you can also find all my music on all major platforms and YouTube. Same name, Ravenscall. Thank you. Hi, and welcome to another episode. In this podcast, we walk the shadowed paths of myth, fire, and blood. Today's episode is a challenge to what we think we know, a theory that many names of the Norse gods are not names at all, but kennings, poetic disguises, masks of meaning, cloaked in metaphor. And if that's true, then what are the gods, really? Let's open the gates. Odin is our starting point. He is the god of wisdom, war, death, poetry, magic, and madness. But who is he really? The sources give him over 170 names, not nicknames, not titles, but rather identities. Let's name a few. Grimnir, the hooded one. Har, the high. Bulwerker, the worker of evil. Fjolsveder, the much wise. Eager, the terrible one, and so on. Each of these could be called a kenning, a poetic, metaphorical description used in Old Norse verse, in the same way that battle sweat means blood or whale road means sea. These names hint at what Odin does or how he appears, not who he is. And these aren't just lists from later medieval texts, they appear in context in primary sources. In Grimnismal of the Poetic Edda, Odin introduces himself as Grimnir. He is in disguise, hooded, bound between two fires. The name matches the mask, and it helps explain the story. He is wisdom, cloaked, knowledge in suffering. In Gylfaginning of the Prose Edda, he appears as Gangleri, the weary traveler seeking answers. Again, the name describes not just his appearance, but his purpose. Odin is always in role, never fixed. Bulwerker, that name is used in the story of the Mede of poetry, Skaldskaparmal. Odin infiltrates the mountain of the Jötnar under the name Worker of Evil, a name that signals deception, cunning, and theft. The name enhances the myth. It is the myth. Even Eager, meaning the terrible one, is used in Havamal when Odin sacrifices himself on the tree. He said, "I hung on that wind-swept tree 9 long nights, wounded by spear and given to Eager, myself to myself." He offers himself, to the terrible one. It is a god invoking a deeper mask of his own nature within a ritual of transformation. So we can say with confidence, Odin does not have names. He wears them. Now look at Freya and Freyr. Their names literally mean lady and lord. Titles, not names or personal identifiers. Freya is associated with love, fertility, war, and Seder magic. Her name is generic, even functional. She is the supreme feminine divine in many forms, goddess, sorceress, mistress of the slain, and also bride of the vanishing god. Freya has many other names like Mardul, the shining over the sea, or Gefn, the giver, Seer, or Soul, to highlight her fertility aspect. In Gylfaginning, Snorri even says Freya has Many names because she took many forms and traveled among different peoples. This directly supports the idea that the names are roles, adapted and localized. Her brother Freyr likewise carries a title. He is a god of virility, kingship, harvest, peace and light. Yet the name Freyr does not root him in a personal story, only in function. So, when Freyr got his sword as a bride price for Gerder in Skirnismal, he acts not as an individual, but as the archetype of sacrifice for love and fertility. He is Lord of the cycle, not a man with a fixed name. So, are there any gods whose names feel more real? Two stand apart, Tyr and Thor. Tyr comes from Proto-Germanic Tiwas, meaning God, and is a cognate with the Latin Deus and the Greek Zeus. That makes his name both generic and primordial. He might be the oldest of the gods, the root god from which others evolved. Ironically, he has the most ancient title, but it still isn't personal. It is like calling someone just divine. Thor is different. His name comes from Thor, which literally means thunder. It is not a metaphor. It is not a mask. It is elemental. In him is Kvida. Thor drinks the sea, lifts the world serpent and smashes the giant's cauldron. These are not metaphors. They are acts of raw power. The name Thor is not poetic. It is the storm. He doesn't wear thunder. He is thunder. So in this theory, Thor may be one of the few gods with a name that is not a canon. He is force, unmasked. So, this idea that gods have roles, not names, shifts how we interact with them. In Old Norse culture, names are powerful. They are spells. A true name can be hidden or never spoken about, and a canon can veil truth while still pointing to it. If Odin has no fixed name, then he is who you need him to be. The wanderer, the betrayer, the wise one, the warlord, the god of the gallows. Each mask is a portal, and each mask is true. So, this reflects the very structure of cosmology. It is layered, shifting, and symbolic. The gods are not cartoons or characters. They are forces, functions, aspects of reality. And to call on them is to invoke a mystery. So, what do we call the gods? Maybe the question is not what their name is, but what face they wear when they come to you. And maybe like Odin, we too must have many names. We too need many names. For each road we walk, each mask we wear, each truth we carry. Think about it. And may the gods be with you. Until next time.